Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. We have finally done it. We are in the summer break from markets. So last weekend I completed my final market before I have now around 3 months off from markets until we have the crazy busy fall and winter season. And I can't believe I'm saying that while it's like 32 degrees outside today. It's crazy to me that right now at the end of June I'm already thinking about fall and winter and all of the market prep that I want and have to get done until then. But that is just the way that it works in my small business. So we definitely have a very exciting week in the studio ahead of us. I want to really deep dive into market prep this week. I will mostly focus on plushies for this week because I definitely have a lot to prep for that. I already have my handy dandy market prep planner right in front of me. So last week we were starting to work on some more bulk market prep, and this week I want to get even more done. So last week I was working on my mini chicks because I definitely want to prep a lot of mini items for the fall and winter season just because these are the most popular items in terms of plushies always. So the front page of my market prep planner is basically all of my mini items, and as you can tell, all of the colored in dots is currently what I have in stock. So we definitely could improve on that. And even more than that, I want to make more than what's on here. So I want to make this like twice or even 3 times if possible. But for now, we should probably focus on completing one of the market prep planners first, and then we will worry about making more than that. But yeah, last week I started working on bulk market prepping, as I've been saying, and you can kind of see it back here. So I've been working on completing all 50 of the mini chicks with hats that are on the prep planner. And I have gotten quite a lot of them done. I already have some in my inventory still left over from the past market, but I wasn't able to complete all 50 of them last week. So that is the first task that I want to work on today because I still have 8 of them to finish so that we can fill all of them in here. So that is the first thing that I want to work on right now for this week. Okay, friends, so it's now a little while later. I'm now down to 3 more hats to finish, and actually, I have 2 more, which I forgot about before. So I ran out of this baby pink yarn, and I still have this one to complete, and then 1 more to make. So we now have 5 more mini chicks to complete, but I will actually go ahead and head home for today, and I will definitely crochet some more. So hopefully I can get all of them finished until tomorrow. So I will probably sit outside some more because it's another beautiful summer day out, and I also need to head home to make dinner. So that is the plan for now. And I will, of course, check in with you tomorrow and show you all of the completed mini chicks with hats. We will put them into the market prep planner, and then decide our next move, what we should work on next. Hi friends, it's now a Thursday and I'm back at the studio. I did not get a chance to check in with you guys yesterday, but now I have finished my work week for this week, so I'm happy to be back in the studio and report back to you that I have actually finished all of the mini chicks with hats that were missing still on Tuesday. So I completed this big task. I have all of them right here that I didn't get to finish on Tuesday. So we have 6 more of the little chicks with hats. And now my big plan is to lay them all out. I have the rest of them over here in this basket and just double check if I have actually made the right amount before we put all 50 of them into the market prep planner. So that's the first thing. But also yesterday when I finished up my mini chicks with hats, after that I made 2 more mini plushies, 2 more baby octos. So these 2 I can also put into the market prep planner. So that is the first plan, to actually be up to date with everything that's actually in my inventory on here again as well. So let's do that first.
It comes and goes in the blink of an eye. Soon as I swear you've been left behind, all the colors come back so bright. Wish I could keep you in black and white, sort of like a picture in a drawer I don't wanna look at anymore, but it's too.
Okay, so here are all of them now laid out, all of the colors that I made, and I just counted them up and there's actually 40 of them. So all of them that I wanted to make, also like all of the colors are correct and the ones I wanted to make. So let's put all 40 of these and these 2 into the market prep planner, and then we can put them into my inventory box that is back there. Okay, so that feels actually pretty good that I now have a category completely finished and all filled out on my planner. And when I was making the baby octos, I actually decided after those 2 to switch it up and focus on a different type of item next, because for the baby octos they're just one color. So when I'm like on the go and like in the car or something, I can easily prep those, because you can completely finish the body for them in one go and then just have to add eyes and stuffing later. But for some other mini plushies, it's not the case. So for the mini chicks with hats, once you start attaching the yellow yarn, which is the body, you kind of need to finish it up and add eyes and everything else in one go. So those are not as good to make like in the car or somewhere else that is not at home or in the studio. So I decided to next focus on another type of plushie where it's kind of the same case, where once you like work on it, you kind of have to complete it with eyes and everything else. So the next type of plushie I picked out are my popping mushrooms, and I kind of do it the same way as I did with the mini chicks with hats for those, because those are also like 2 colors, so the cap color and then the white body of the mushroom. So yesterday I started working on some of the caps for the mushrooms, because those you can kind of like finish first and then move on to the bodies and just work on them next, because personally to me that is like way quicker to make the caps first and then move on to the bodies and then finish them all in one go. So I started working on the mushroom caps. I haven't gotten that far, but I started to work on some red mushroom caps. So I finished 3 of them completely, and then I ran out of yarn of this color, so we need to work on that one next and finish that one up. In total on my prep planner I can see that I have 14 of them left in stock, and I still have quite a lot of them to make. These are the mushrooms, so quite a lot of red mushrooms, and Then we have some orange, some baby pink, some actual pink, light blue, like the vibrant blue, some purple, green, and dark green. So these are the colors that I want to make them in. And for now, I think I will keep working on the caps for the mushrooms. So let's see, I have around like half an hour until I have to leave here. So I will work on that and then check in with you to see how much we actually got done in this half an hour, because those like don't take a very long time. It's not that much to crochet. So okay, friends, so it's now half an hour later and I'm about to leave the studio for today, but I wanted to check in and show you what I got accomplished in the half an hour. So I think that I actually made quite a dent into the little like mushroom caps. So I'm now up to 8 red mushroom caps, which is all of them that I need to make for these 50 mushrooms that I currently want to make. So these are all the ones that are missing. And then I also made 2 orange mushroom caps. These always look like super dull on camera, but actually in real life they're pretty vibrant. But these are the only 2 that are missing for the orange color for the 50 mushrooms. So in total, during the half an hour, I got 6 mushroom caps finished, which means that it takes me around 5 minutes to make one of them, which is pretty good, I think. So I think that I can definitely get a couple of them done tonight and make a pretty good dent into those. I might just pack a white yarn from over here. So just in case I want to finish up some of them actually, because I might as well, when I'm at home at my desk, I might as well finish up a couple of these already so that I don't have all of them to make at once. Just to switch up the task a little bit and like keep it refreshing for me as well to finish up some of these already. But I will, of course, check in tomorrow with you and show you everything that I got done. And we will have another day in the studio tomorrow. Hey friends, I'm now back at the studio. It's now Friday, so that means I have the day off from work and a little more time to be in here. Even though it's again super hot, I have tried to keep this room as cool as possible, but it really gets heated up so much. So I'm actually thinking about getting like a little fan or something just to get the air moving so I can spend more time in here even in the summer. But I wanted to show you what I have managed to accomplish since I checked in with you yesterday. So I didn't actually crochet like a ton last night. I just crocheted a little bit because I actually have some friends coming over today and they're staying over. So I had to give the apartment a good clean so that it feels more presentable. So I had to do a little work there. But I managed to make a couple more mushroom caps. So first of all, I made some pink mushroom caps, 5 of those. And then I made 2 light blue caps, if it will focus, and then 2 medium blue caps. So quite a bit done there. I then wanted to move on to baby pink and make all of the ones that are on this market prep planner. But then I remembered I recently bought some new like super bright pink yarn, and as I know, the mushrooms tend to do best in like super bright colors. So I didn't know how those would turn out and how many of the baby pink I then wanted to make. So I will actually now go ahead and grab the like flamingo pink or what it's called, the new yarn that I recently bought, and then I will work on some caps for that, and then we will see if I want to make some more baby pink ones, or if I decide to switch it up and just make the like super bright pink one. So that is the first task. And then I want to at least try and finish up a couple of the mushrooms today so that I don't have like a million open tasks again. But we will see about that. So just before I start, this is the yarn that I'm talking about. This is the one I recently got because it's like a new color, and this is the other pink that I've been making. So they're kind of similar, but this one is just a little darker and like a little more vibrant. So let me try out the caps for that, and then we will make some more in the baby pink, I think. And then I will move on to actually finishing up some of those. Okay, so it's now a little while later. I have finished the pink hats. So I made some baby pink as well, and then some in this darker pink. I ended up making 2 in this darker color and then 3 in the lighter color. And then I actually already moved on to finishing up some of the mushrooms so I could compare the different pink tones and what those look like. So I finished up all 3 different pink tones once. So we have the baby pink first, then we have the darker pink, and then we have like the very vibrant pink. And actually, I think I like this one a lot. I think I like this one the best. Like the contrast is just the best on this one. So I actually kind of regret only making 2 of that and 3 of that and 5 in this color. But we will see. I've never made this combination before, so we shall see what does best in the future. But I really like the like little gradient that we have going on here for these mushrooms. And yeah, these are the only 3 mushrooms I've finished up so far. So until I have to leave in just a little bit, I will keep working on the mushrooms and try and finish up a couple more of them. And after that, I will actually have to go home because, as I said, I will have some visitors over, like hanging out with friends. So today is kind of like a short studio day, but then I'm hoping that tomorrow and Sunday I might have a little more time to work on some plushies. But actually it's been really nice to take it a little more like slowly and more chill, because I know that I will have a super busy couple of months a little later in the year. So just working on my own time and just when I have the time, and also like taking a little time to just relax is super refreshing right now. So I'm really enjoying that. But as I said, I will work on some more mushrooms right now, and I will show you how much I got done before I have to leave for today a little later. Okay, friends, so I am just about to head out of the studio for today, and I wanted to show you what I accomplished before I have to leave now. So I was able to make 2 more little mushrooms. So now we have a total of 5 of them, and I'm pretty happy with that. I, of course, have a lot more to do still. I still have lots of little caps. I have more in my bag, and then even more to make still. So I don't even have all of the caps prepped, but I need to leave for today. I don't think I will get a lot more work done today, but I will, of course, check in with you tomorrow and we will work some more on these little mushrooms and possibly some other plushies as well, because I kind of want to switch it up. just to keep things a little more interesting for you guys and for me as well. So we might make a little bit of a bigger plushie again tomorrow as well, so that, yeah, I don't just make mushrooms the whole time during this video. So we will see what we do tomorrow. Hi friends, it's now Sunday and I'm just now getting back into the studio again and getting the chance to check in with you again because I had some friends over for the rest of the weekend, so I didn't really have any time to go over here and check in with you, but I still worked on quite a lot of plushies, so I have brought them over here again with me in my big bag. And most of these are the mushroom pops that I have been working on, but I've honestly kind of lost the overview of how many I've made so far. And the mushroom caps I still need to make because I know that I haven't like prepped all of the caps to then finish up the mushrooms. So my plan for right now is to take everything out that's in the bag, kind of show you what I have completed, and then also check the numbers for the mushroom caps that are currently not completely finished so that I can then know what caps I need to make, and then I can finish all of them up at once and fill them in. But let's take inventory on all of the mushrooms I have prepped. Okay, so my original plan for these mushroom pops was to finish all of them up first and then put them into the planner. But as I have kind of lost overview, I think that I will take inventory on the completed ones right now and just put them to the side into my finished plushie bin. And then we can check out the rest of these like unfinished caps just so I can keep the overview for this one. So let me take inventory on the completed mushrooms. Okay, so now I can easily see what I'm still missing. So I can tell I have all of the red mushroom caps prepped. The missing orange one is here. We have two more pink ones. So this, as we've gone over before, counts as baby pink, even though it's very bright pink, but I want to try out this color. So we have the two baby pink, we have the two pink ones, we have the two blue ones. So this also counts as light blue, just because I want to have a little more variety in there. So these two shades I have been counting as light blue. I have one bright blue one made, so one is still missing here. I have two more purple ones made, and one is still missing here. And then I only have one more green made, and I actually have three more missing there. So I will work on that next. So I have all of the mushroom caps prepped to then finish up all of the mushrooms. So not a ton left to do, but I also need to grab a white skein of yarn while I'm over here because I ran out of that completely back at home when I was working on the mushrooms. So I actually ended up moving on to some different plushies when I ran out of the white yarn because, as I said, I haven't been in the studio in a little bit. So I grabbed some other yarn I have back at home. This one, this like very light turquoise one. And as I said, I wanted to work on some different plushies as well. So I started making some turtle parts for these mint and beige turtles. So I started working on these heads for the turtles, and I also have two fins already prepped, and they will get a beige shell. And this color combination is always super popular, so I have on my planner that I want to make three of them at least because they tend to sell super well. So I might actually make some more. I have some like just general turtles on here that I have like not disclosed what colors they should be, so that I have a little bit of option to like switch around the color combinations depending on what does super well at my markets. So I might make a couple more of this color combination because it is so popular. It's like very neutral and like more like pastel than my natural looking turtles. So I think that some people prefer the like lighter colors, and that's why these are so popular. So I wanted to start working on those and get a head start on those. But for now, I will make the missing mushroom caps and then we will check in again. Okay, friends, so I've now finished up all 5 of the mushroom caps that were still missing. So the blue, 3 green, and the purple. So in total, I basically have just these. I'm trying to get them all stacked in like one frame. So I just have like these more to finish. So that's still 18 mushroom caps. I feel like I still have quite a lot to do, so I haven't gotten everything done that I wanted to this week. Honestly, it's been kind of hard for me to like concentrate on my small business when I don't have a ton of markets. I haven't had an online order in weeks. And just like there's not a lot going on right now, so I'm basically just prepping week after week. So I've definitely set a goal for myself to work on my Etsy shops again a little bit in the near future. So first, the Etsy shop for my plushies definitely needs an upgrade and some new pictures, and I still need to upload some plushies for that shop. And then my candle shop is pretty new, and I have had a couple of sales on there, which has surprised me. But I definitely need to take some more pictures. I haven't uploaded all of the candles that I offer in my little store, so I am missing out on some opportunities to have people find me because they really like a special fragrance. So I definitely need to take lots of product pictures for all of my products in the near future and then work on my Etsy shop, which I think I will do in next week's video because this week in the studio ends right here. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way until the end and sticking with me through the like slower summer season and prepping for the big fall and winter season that is coming up for the small business. So thank you guys so much for being here all the way until the end. And I will see you guys again next week for another video. So until then, bye.